is Margaret Ann Windsor, and I was kidnapped from Buckingham Palace in 41, brought to Moulton, Alabama, and given the name of a twin, Peggy Ann Dempsey. I married a Childers, and they stole my identity, and Carl and Peggy both were killed. They were born out of wedlock to Lina Dempsey. The family covered it up, and it was like a pigsty. In case you don't know what a pigsty is, that's pretty abusive, and it's horrifying. It's a place that nobody wanted to be, especially me. So they so abused me. But anyway, what I wanted to go to now is I wrote a book on mind control. I'd worked for doctors and programming. Larry Flint was one that was shot in Lawrenceville, Georgia, while I was doing the book in Marietta, Georgia. So I won't go back in that. I put it up on YouTube and Facebook. A friend got me this phone so I could upload it because the law doesn't work for me, and I can't get an attorney. It's who I am. I only found out in late '83 after I ran in a political campaign to replace one of the doctor congressmen who was on the KAL Korean jetliner when it was shot down in August 31st of '83. Larry McDonald, congressman doctor. I'd written about him. Now I want to fast forward to Flint furnished me a car for a year, and I've never spoken to him again. But he wrote me up in Hustler in April of '84 and said that I knew who was responsible for his shooting. The person was programmed to shoot him, but he said I knew who was responsible and some other things about corruption in Georgia. Now that I want to get to this, when I came here, I was put on the side of the road, literally. Jobs shut down, everything. So I want to go to October the 20th of '86 is when I came to Roanoke. And I have an immune disorder. When my immune system will attack itself when I'm around toxic fumes. I'm allergic to chemicals. And over a period of time, when I've been deliberately subjected to them, it can tear your body apart. The inflammation on your kidneys, your heart, your liver, every part of your lungs, every part of your body. So now I can hardly walk. I'm 76, 77 next month, and some people will say, well, you're old. No, both sides of my family have a history of living to about 100 years old or 80, 90. And no, this comes from the kind of life I've been forced to live. And here comes one of my favorite. I do like one thing about Alabama, and that's the Crimson Tide and Nick Saban. I hope they win tonight. But anyway, what I wanted to say is the law enforcement, I can't get an attorney. I said that. My immune system attacks itself, and that's what has been used against me to make me move from place to place and live on. Well, I lived on the Appalachian Trail for a long time, froze and starved. So I'm going to leave it at that because if I give too much background, which is already up on YouTube, then you don't get the gist of this. And that is that I'm just going to say where I'm at now. I just put a tape up, but I couldn't get all of it on there. I'm having to leave here. I'm at a Motel 6, Third Lane Road. Used to be a Hampton Inn. And, well, you're seeing part of it. It's a big, my stuff is thrown around because I have to pick it up and grab it and what few things I put back together and lose. But since I've been here, I was here earlier in the spring for a short period of time because I can't afford it. I lost all my things in for pretty much the same reason. But my immune system has been used to make me run. And I'll quote Carl Barton, a retired Virginia State Trooper, who his wife said to me, this is how we run you, using chemicals. Well, I knew that, but everybody around here knows it, but they're afraid of it. They're afraid of the law gets things on them or their kids or they've committed a crime and they'll compromise them, which they're still guilty. The people, they have no right to do this to me. But they've come in and soaked in the bedding, and I can't do anything. I can't call the cops. And I put all this up, so I'm just going to go to this right now. I'm having to leave here. I would have anyway because I can't afford it. But the man, I'm in a handicapped, okay, room, and the man a couple of doors down from me, he's 2 doors down from me, he had a grill sitting out there, and he pours lighter fluid on the charcoals to start it. Then he puts that lid on it and opens the vents, and it comes right in here into my room through the air conditioning and underneath the door. And I think I'm dying, and I know that I could. I'm very allergic to it, the fumes and everything. And I woke up last night, and I was moaning and groaning, and I was so sick I thought I was dying. And I wonder about the damage to your brain cells after so long a time of being subjected to the toxic fumes that I've been subjected to deliberately. So I'm going to get to this. I called the manager here, and she very well knows the illness I have, that it's an immune disorder. My immune system attacks itself if I smell toxic fumes. And they have to be pretty bad. Normally, my life should have been normal, okay? I go outside, I go anywhere else but where I live, and it's deliberately put, and I do okay. Let me put it that way. Now, I want to get to today. I called her this morning. I just sucked up everything the last 2 weeks. It wasn't good here. It's easy to contaminate the air conditioning or system. A person I know, his wife worked for Carillion, and he took me out to their home, and it was very pretty out in the woods, and he's a photographer, and he was using chemicals to develop like old time. And he went back there, and I could smell the fumes coming out. Suddenly it changed. So he showed me how easy it is to inject fumes into the vent system, and if you're allergic or not, what's happening to me here would hurt anyone. I don't care who they are. But I wanted to get to it before this goes off. Last night I woke up, I thought I'd die, and he's done this a couple of times before in the past week, since I've been here a week and a half. And I called her, and I was just going to try to stay till I knew I had to leave because I can't afford it. But I was going to stay till at least Monday or try to. But I called her this morning because it was so bad last night. It really scared me to death. My arms go numb, and this is what she told me, knowing very well about how ill I get and what causes it. She said, well, he's a construction worker. I can't make him give up the grill because that's the way he cooks. No, let me go back. That's the only way he has to cook. Well, that's a lie. He has the same refrigerator, small refrigerator, and microwave that I have. And he's got more money than I have. And construction worker, they have never given me any respect for what I've been through and who I am and what they've done to me. It has been a horror story, the crimes committed against me. So I just hung up the phone then. I just said, thank you. That's what I've learned to do in praying that somewhere the end of this comes and I have a day where I can see a bit of justice done. Nobody's been prosecuted for the death of the twins or what's been done to me on a daily basis, my kids, my parents, or my country. Now then, I want to say this. I went out to take a photograph of it because he'd put a brand new bag of charcoal and stuff by the grill, so he intended right in my face, So I went out with the camera, and by that time he came up, and he seemed like he was nice, and I told him how it made me sick, and I had an immune system. Well, he knew very well. He stood there, and he pulled a fast one on me is what he did. I'm a believer in people and think they have good intents, and you'd think I would learn by now, and I have really. But I give them the benefit of the doubt. Well, there's a wall over here with goes uphill, so you get a breeze coming in here, so you would think it would be okay if they weren't pulling all this crap. Anyway,